Tarpon. Okay, so tarpon. This fish is hard. I don't even know. I had to include it in the book, y'all, because it's a prevalent fish here in Florida, and it's highly, highly sought after, and they are incredibly beautiful. You can go to all the marinas. They're almost like pets at the marinas. They're protected at the marinas. You can't catch them at the marinas. You can just look at them and feed them some fishy scraps, and they're gorgeous. I mean, seriously, they're beautiful. But they're very hard to color. Actually, they're hard to paint. I don't know how hard they are to color. I've never colored one. So let's get started. Okay, this time I printed it. So these fish, even though they're silvery with either a brown color on their back or a green color on their back, depending on what, where they are and what body of water they're in, they're really gray all the way around the rainbow. So it's gonna be hard. Like, I don't even know how this is gonna work, but I have colored. I think I can pull this off. I've only painted one tarpon successfully. I started another one before that and I scrapped it because it was so bad. It looked like a largemouth bass that had like augmented into something other than that. It was terrible, so that one just went by the wayside. So now we're gonna try our hand at this bad boy here. So luckily for you, the scales are already drawn, because that is the nightmare of this fish. Because in order for it to be colored properly, you have to be able to go all the way around the fish this way in scale patterns. Not an easy task. Not sure how that's gonna work with only 150 colored pencils. So it might be a little flat. If it's a little flat, we're gonna remind ourselves right now that this book is for practice. This is just practice. It's not for a grade. I'm only grading myself, I'm only judging myself internally. It's not for a grade. So let's get into it. Okay. Whale. Whale, whale, whale. I am seeing lots of different colors. Okay, so on the top part of his face here, the grays are yellow grays. Yellow grays. Ah! I need more Coke Zero because I'm dragging today, and I've got to get these done. I have 4 more left to do, and I cannot believe that I only have 4 more left to do. I literally only have 4 more pages left, and I have colored an entire book. Not just any book, but my book. So I've left the hard pages for last because I can't even face the fact that I was over ambitious with some of these compositions and like put in an entire underwater landscape with fish, with more than one fish, and I don't even know what I was thinking. And then, okay, here we go. There's pinks, there's lavenders, so I know that these, so this lavender right here is definitely, yes! Gonna be up in here, right up underneath his jaw. So we're gonna color a little bit heavier up against this line and then lighter as it comes out. And I'm obviously not going to color the entire part of this wild lavender. Nay. Just a portion of it. So we're gonna get this section correct, and then we're gonna work our way around the face, and then we're gonna do what we can with the body. Because we're only gonna allow ourselves so much time to pull this off, because if not, this could take days, and nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see me in complete meltdown mode and completely burned out. Nobody wants to see that. Okay, so then I need, y'all know you have your swatches in the back and you might need to be pulling them. I probably should be using some swatches at this point, but I'm just not doing it. Okay. Oh, that that's the color. Okay, so then grab the powder blue and you're gonna kind of start going over the top of that lavender with that, but not the whole way. We're not gonna go all the way with it. We're just going to come into this. Okay. My goodness, I seriously do need a swatch your color thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a color in this. Yes! Okay, this is the cloud blue. Wow. Okay, that cloud blue is also up here on parts of his face hole opening. Okay, and notice I'm not coloring the entire section of it. His face hole opening just kind of has different markings. This is the first layer of color. Some of it we're gonna leave. This gets darker as it comes up here, trust me. So then we're gonna come down here with this cloud blue. And add some colors in here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, okay. So I think we can maybe pull this off. Maybe. Okay. So then I'm seeing some of this cloud blue. Now this is the opening part, but the far side of his mouth. Okay. So we're going to just kind of start showing ourselves a few areas of line action here. Cloud blue. Okay, cloud blue. Here we go, cloud blue. It's all good. So, kind of feel like I want to come in here and just add some. I'm just gonna add some random light. These fish are so incredibly colorful, and I am so incredibly blind right now, like literally blind. So I'm just putting in some markings softly, not coloring the entire thing. So this is a scale, so this kind of comes like this. Yes, yes, yes. And we will eventually come in with all of our glorious, glorious, glorious metallic-y colors anywho. So, you know, but see it, I don't know if you can see it. Can you tell? Oh, it's hard to see. Okay. Well, you know, we're making some progress here. Work with me. Okay. Y'all, I swear I had no idea this was going to be how this rolled out. No idea. I'm gonna add just a little bit of it up in here. And I'm coloring very rough. I don't want it to color full patches at all. I'm coloring very rough. Put that one down. So let's grab some of this. I'm putting down right now some lavender, some of the grade lavender. Now it's not, I don't think it's the correct color, but it's gonna be pretty close. And then what I'm gonna do is, these are his little gill lines underneath his mouth. So I'm just gonna come in here and kind of put some of these in, but just in the middle part here. I'm not gonna extend those out. So yeah, be aware. I'm gonna put a little bit of this grade lavender on the edge of his mouth hole here. Okay, And then he obviously has some of this grayed lavender in here, which will clearly get darker as we go about our day getting him lined up. I'm kind of digging the fact that I'm starting to be able to see all of this though. I mean, truly, I'm starting to be able to identify some of these colors. So I'm gonna go over some of that just to lay it down just a skosh. I just want it to kind of lay down just a little bit. So I'm done with that one. Wow. Is that anywhere? Yes, that. This is lilac. The lilac is gonna go right there. Now, this lilac is way too intense. I mean, like, way too intense. So I'm gonna come over here and grab some jasmine, and only where I just put in that lilac, I'm gonna color right over it. And the yellow over the purple sets it right back down because it's on the opposite side of the face. We want that face to be curved, to go to the back, so you can stick your hand inside there. Would not suggest, but you know, it's always good to have the option to do so. So then we're gonna take this same jasmine, because this is a little bit lower intensity color. And remember that yellow is the most intense, which means that you see it first out of everything else color on the color wheel. So this has been, the intensity of this is lower. So it's not as in your face crazy like some of these colors are. So we're gonna come up here. I'm gonna put some of this yellow right here where I've drawn some of these hatchy marks. That was to let us know that this part is shadowed. That is a definite shadow area. I'm gonna come out here and very lightly make sure that you're marking with the curve of each part that you're coloring. This is his jaw that I'm coloring, and his jaw, they have very, very distinct jaws. If you've never seen a tarpon, they are very distinct in their jawline. They're gorgeous. They're just beautiful creatures. I am super thankful that I have had the privilege of getting to see some in the wild doing their thing. I mean, they're seriously exquisite. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this piece up here. This piece up here has a little bit of that yellow in it too. So we're just gonna come in and very roughly add some of that color up there, a little bit up here too. Now we're obviously gonna go in with a bunch of other darker colors and get rid of some of that, but you've gotta lay in your lighter colors first before you can do anything else. That is the name of the game. So that's the inside of this mouth hole. Crying myself up. His mouth hole. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add some yellow over here too. Breaking the rules by, I'm gonna put some grayed, I'm definitely gonna put some grayed yellow over, some grayed lavender over that though, here in just a second. Oh, this is gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a hot minute to get this one done. Seriously, it's gonna take a hot minute. Okay, this is the grayed lavender. Right directly over the blue, or the yellow, sorry. No idea what I'm even doing, obviously. Part right there's a little bit darker. I'm just gonna add a little bit more color there. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay. So this little section right here is darker. I'm gonna go ahead and push a little bit harder here. And see, I put the lavender first. Now I'm going to come back over it with that jasmine color. So it has so it's connected, but it's darker. So then I'm going to come over here and color directly over the yellow that I laid in the bit jasmine. Right here, it's going to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to take some time and just go over and over and over. And no, I have no idea how many layers of lavender this can hold, but I'm telling you that it needs a bunch. So, and that's going to be a little bit darker right there too. So, but not the whole thing. So we're just going to keep kind of. Inside of their mouth is pretty intricate. Some of it, you just got to build it up a little at a time. You just build it up and build it up and build it up a little at a time. It's going to be, I think this piece is going to be pretty cool when we're finished with it, but we got to get to that point. So this right here, we know is dark. But we've got some of that yellow coming through there, which is what we want. Okay, it's not terrible. I mean, don't get excited. We're nowhere near done, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm thinking that I'm being drawn to this hot pink right here. I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna add some of that in there. I was struggling with the permit. I had trouble getting my bearings about me with that one. It was hard to do. Okay, this is the crimson red. I don't think that's the right color. It's gonna require me to play on oh, is that it? That is it. Okay, so we're gonna take some of this hot pink. We're gonna come in right here, like we know what we're doing, okay? Now we're barely, and I mean barely, this will eat your lunch. Do not push hard on this one. Come in here with this crimson red. And we're gonna just this has the appearance of this is the peach gray, 20% peach gray. Well, I'm not 100% sure that I like the color, but you know, I'm gonna add it in there just a touch of it in there. It's not terrible. It's definitely on this part of the face. Oh yeah, that's definitely on that part of the face. Okay, so this is the peach gray. All these like lines on this part of their jaws are so distinct. That's the 20% peach gray. No, that's French gray. What? Why is that over here? That should be in here. I seriously need new contacts. Okay, now I'm picking up the 30% French gray, and I'm coming in here on the back side of this and just darkening this up a hair. Just a scotch, just a smidge, just a minute. Don't get excited, just a little. Okay, so then we're gonna come up here and darken some of this up here in his face hole. Okay. French gray, 30% French gray. Well, I think it says 30. No, it's 50% French gray. Can't read. I can barely see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna get it done. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of this hot pink. Wow. And I'm gonna go up here on the edge of his face hole. So he has some of it right here too. You gotta put this hot pink down first, even though it's kind of scary and it looks really, really intense. And it's like, Rio, what are you doing? Don't do it. Seriously, put that in there. Oh yeah, that's good. And I'm here to tell you that I feel like there's some of this hot pink up on his eyeball. Oh yeah, look, he's got pink eye. You know, I don't even know, it's bad. It's bad. There's a bad joke in there somewhere. Put a little bit of that pink up here. He's got some lippy stick on here. He's got a little bit of pink right here. According to my reference photos. My reference eyes. pink right there. See, right over that gray. See how the gray just sort of sets it all down? You gotta do the voice. You gotta. So the face is starting to take shape. This part right here has some more of this 50% French gray on it. We're gonna come up here and just lightly, very, 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 very lightly add some of this on there. So. Colored over that, I'm going to add some more yellow right there. I feel like it needs it. Look at how the yellow looks over all of it. I mean, it just really is the correct color. It's just really nice. The inside of their mouth really does look like that. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Okay. Obviously. Gonna make some like little markies there, you know, because the inside of their mouth is very intricate, and I guess I didn't really think about how crazy it was going to be to color all of this inside of his mouth. When I drew this one, I was like, oh yeah, this will be great, this will be no big deal. That was not true. All right, so let's pick up right where we left off. Here we go. I think this is starting to work. So, I don't know, we've discussed this before. One of the superhuman traits I wish I had was the ability to lick my own eyeball like a lizard. So my contacts are seriously dry today. All right, let's get into this. So, as we start to come down the body of the Tarpon, I don't know, I'm feeling like I need some grays. Let's test these grays. So this is the 75 cool gray. You know, I don't like those nomenclatures, but you know, whatever, we're gonna go with it. So it appears that this cool gray could go right here on this part of his face. Oh my goodness. The goal at this point is to get it done. Have you ever finished an entire coloring book? I never have. This will be the very first time I've ever done it. Part of it is because I'm obligated to do so for the tutorials. The other part of it is this is the first time I've ever got to color fish. And I love them. I love them so much. I love all the fishes. So if you guys have any ideas as to what you want to see in the next round of books, leave me comments below and let us know, because we definitely want your input into, ooh, that's beautiful. There we go. We definitely want your input hint as to what the next books look like, that would be awesome. Here on his eyelid, a little bit back here behind his eye. I'm just going over the colors I've already previously laid down, and so I'm going to grab the warm gray. I'm using the cool gray. Now I'm going to grab the warm gray 30% and see if this is a color that's going to work on the side of his face. Yep. And I'm barely touching the side of this fish's face here because we're gonna have to go over this in some other colors to make it all work. So we don't want to build up too much of this color here while we're trying to get it done. I'm also feeling like I could start coloring some of his scales here with this 30% warm gray. Y'all, if you don't have the Prismacolors and you're trying to figure out what gray I'm using, this gray has a red base to it. You can see the red in it. You can see the purple, a little bit of purple in it. So that's why it's called a warm gray. Grays that are gonna be to the blue shades, those are the ones that they're gonna call a cool gray, even though blue can be warm, because you see color relative to the color that is next to it. And so I don't like using warm and cool, but that's what's on the label. So we're going for it. We're just going for it. I'm just gonna come out here and color some of the body. Now up here, in this area up here, it's gonna be more in the greens and the yellows. So I'm gonna put a little touch of this gray up here in his dorsal fin. Do a little bit of gray in here. Now that actually is going to end up getting highlighted with some red interference paint, because I know that there's going to be some highlighties back there. This fish, I'm not going to lie, is hard to color. However, I think once we get him done, he's going to be spectacular. Really, a really nice fish. So this little area right here would be a little more dented in. Here, and I'm going to put that down. We're going to go back to the cool gray because I want some of that blue tone coming through right here. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. What? We're gonna go over this with this cool gray here, the 70 cool gray. But then we're gonna go over it with some other colors. Oh yes, yes. Okay, so this area right here is going to be a little bit darker as well. So we're just going to barely have some color out here. This right here. I love how just building up the colors with the pencils brings all of the little edges of the fish to life. It's a lot faster than when you're painting. The painting is a lot more frustrating sometimes on these guys because of their color palette, because their color palette is so pastel-y, high value. At least I find it to be hard to work with. I don't know. You might be a pro at it and be like, whatever, Rio, I got this. And I'll be like, man, maybe you should give me some lessons because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab some magenta. Feeling like that was definitely not the color. Maybe, ooh, yeah, okay, maybe a little magenta down in here. Man, this color is really, really strong. A little dab will do you. Ooh. For reals, a little dab will do you. Clay Rose. Right along the pupil. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, I can live with that. That's not terrible. I don't hate it. And that's what we're going for. These are just practice. We're just looking to not hate what we've done. Sometimes in order to get it all to work, you've got to kind of go over all the areas with the same color. I can see some of that in there. Oh yeah, that's right. There it is. And it also has some pink on this part of his face. Yep. So just build it up a little at a time. You don't got to get crazy with it. Just build it up a little bit at a time. You've got this. Don't panic yet. I'm not panicked yet. I think we can pull this off. I'm going to put a little bit of this dusty rose, clay rose, sorry, right here. And here. Oh, I see some of it down here on the underbelly. I'll put that down. Whew, okay. Now, this tarpon has got a lot of yellows and greens in it. I'm gonna go back to the jasmine. So that is this. There we go. Now it's starting to look like an eyeball. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if you can tell or not. I need to move this up a little bit. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know you couldn't see that. Alrighty. So let's add, I'm going to start adding some of the yellow down his back, just loosely. It doesn't even all have to get covered, and we definitely don't want it to be super heavy back here. So a little bit more concentrated right here at his dorsal fin, and then, you know, a little bit lighter here, because there's lots of things that have to be done to make this fish work. This fish is hard. Whose idea was this? Wow, Leo, really? Let's do a tarpon, they said. I'm seriously contemplating doing a book of tarpon, bonefish, permit, and, you know, a couple of other skinny water fish. What do you guys want to see next? I decided on this one and just drew from the fish that I just think are spectacular. I just drew from the fish that I feel like I can't get enough of. So, what do you want to see? So, that's going to be a lot darker. 50% cool gray. Let's sharpen this. If you guys do not have one of these General's pencil sharpeners, they are the best pencil sharpener, and they're one of the cheapest, but they are the best pencil sharpener for what we're doing here. I have yet to have it break one of my leads. I just think that it's a real game changer. I'm just gonna come in right here at this part of his mouth and start darkening all of this up just a touch. Okay, so it's starting to kind of come together. I know it's feeling to me even, it's feeling pretty dark, but we gotta kind of roll with it and let it develop. So, I'm gonna come in here and darken this up now. I'll come in right here and darken this up, because this would be darker, because this is underneath this. Okay. It's coming together. I'm going to darken this up just a little bit right here. It's okay to take your time darkening all of these areas up, because you can't, it's really almost impossible unless you use some paint to go lighter if you get it too dark. So just take your time and develop the area and see what you think. Seriously love how creamy and buttery these pencils are. I love it. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to go in with the cloud blue and start coloring over. What? Yep, that's exactly what needed to happen. There we go. And don't forget, we're going to be going over this fish with all the interference and all of that, so I'm not even sure you can see this. 50% cool gray. So, how are we doing? I think it's coming together. I think it's not looking terrible. I need some greens up here. I'm gonna bring this tray over so I can kind of examine the greens. Let me tell you that I feel like this is a olive green. Yep, that's the color. That's one of them anyway. Don't want to go over the entire area with the olive green, but I do want to start, you know, claiming some space here with this olive green. Let me go over a little bit of this area here. Ooh, see how that is starting to pop out? Yes, that's what we're looking for. It's also got some peacock in here. Like, it's so many colors that I can see all of them that it makes me crazy. So we have to eliminate some of the color in order to keep it cohesive. I know, nobody wants to hear that. 6-year-old Rio that's trying to color with all the crayons in the coloring book does not want to hear that it might be a better idea to not put all the color in it. Let's see how it develops. So then let's see if this is a good color for it. Green ochre. Okay, that's starting to kind of put his mouth over to the other side, which is what we want. We're going to have to go over that with a little bit of red to set that green down because that's what's going to have to happen. Let's come over this like this. Let's go back over with the green. Definitely don't want it to be too wild and too in your face. Artichoke. Hello. Look at you. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. I like it. I like it. Let's put some of this artichoke right in here. Gonna kind of go up the side of his face here. So artichoke is like a low intensity olivey green. It's got a little bit of brown in it. It's got a little bit of red in it. I also see this grass green. Let's see if this is correct. I also feel like I'm seeing some grass green in this space right here. Just a little bit not very, very much. Also feel like coming down over here, I'm gonna see some of that because he's so interference, and I feel like peacock is where it's gonna be. I'm gonna come over a little tiny bit of this. See how I'm just enhancing all the colors with a little bit of some of the brighter, wilder colors that make me very nervous. It just makes me very nervous. It's true, it makes me very nervous. But do you see how nice that peacock is over the, ooh, yo, wow, that's really good. Wow, I like it when I surprise myself. Woo! Okay. We're about to, it's about to turn off. Okay, I gotta find a yellow that isn't gross. Let's try beige. That's such an awful name. That's the color. Oh yeah, that's the color. That needed some beige right there. Look at that. Needed some beige. I'm kind of feeling, every time I've seen these guys up close, they're in a marina setting. The water's a little greener, the water's a little darker. They kind of live in water like that anyway, so I'm gonna come in with some of this true green is what it's called, and hope that I'm not making a mistake. Good color. Add some of this light green to the tarpon back here. And we're just gonna randomly push a little harder. See how that is? See how I just went over the whole thing, and I'm coloring directly over the tip because that puts atmosphere behind it and that sends it back into the distance, and that's what we want. We want to go back down into the distance, even though I'm going to kind of outline all this and, you know, make it into a sticker. Deco yellow. Deco yellow. Ooh, look at that. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hi girl. I'm gonna have to come back in with something to fix this because this is too dark. I don't really like how dark this is. This is just too dark. And this should have had a little more yummy stuff on there, like a little more of this peach. I feel like it should have some more peach. this has got to get developed because this is definitely darker. It's not the super light like I've got it on here right now. It's definitely a darker situation. I'm always nervous to go dark because it's so hard with these to come back from that. But you gotta get in there on this one. We gotta get in there and get some of this darkened up a little bit. And we'll come in with some fancy paint over the top and make it a little prettier. We can make that happen. That's not a problem. I'm gonna come in here with some of the gray. This is the 50% warm gray. Gotta be super careful because I don't want to mess up the pattern of the scales, because they are in there and they are distinct. Really careful not to mess those up. And as they go back, they would get smaller. So remember that. And as they go around the back, they curve. So you can't draw them all exactly the same. Now, I have drawn the majority of them for you. You've just got to be aware that, you know, there are some on his back that haven't really been deciphered. So it's going to be up to you to make that happen. Come in here with some of this, like this. Some of this up in here, like this. And again, we're going to come over all of this with some of that fancy pearly paint. So we do have a little bit of leverage. Loving this. Have you ever caught a tarpon? I've watched hundreds and hundreds of videos of tarpon. It never gets old. They are so amazing. And I can remember being a kid living in Illinois thinking that it was just unreal to me that that fish existed, especially in Florida. The shows from Florida, they were just so good at capturing how awesome these fish are. It's really quite an honor and a privilege, in my opinion, just based on my life, that I am allowed, that I'm given the opportunity to get to represent these fish. I grew up watching these fish thinking I would never get to see them in person, and now they're in my backyard, and they're even more spectacular to me now than they were then, when they were these mysterious creatures that were just massive. I feel very, very fortunate to get to talk to you guys about these fish and to get to represent them in these books. I feel very fortunate. There we go. Look at that. Oh yeah. Is it perfect? No. Is it supposed to be? No. So don't worry about it. It's not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to just be learning how to, you know, get how these colors work on this fish. This is stress-free. These fish are hard. Hard. They're a multitude of wild colors and they are very challenging to create. I have some shadow on his belly here from that. A little bit of reflective light. And they are highly reflective, so we're just gonna kind of let this tail kind of drift off into nothingness back here. I know that we are not getting a real good scald on what's happening right at this particular moment. I'm coming in and kind of darkening up some of these shadow areas here. Underneath his eye, some more color here, some more color here. Gotta be really careful. I've noticed that when I start to darken this up, it makes his eyeball look sad. His eyeball isn't sad, he's angry. So he's like, yeah, I'm your huckleberry, let's do it. So in order to get his mouth open and set apart, I gotta come up in here and work some of this gray back into his mouth over some of the green that I did. And I colored over his whole mouth in the green. Ooh, I see something that I didn't notice before. Let me have this color right, y'all. This is goldenrod. This is either gonna be a really awesome thing or this is gonna be a terrible idea. I'm not sure which one, so we're just gonna go for it. Okay, so let's kind of analyze where we are here. I feel like we're at a point where we literally can go ahead and start attempting to play in some of this color. I'm gonna grab some of this green, shimmer here. We're still recording, good deal. Ooh, that's so pretty. Yeah. I'm telling you, no matter what you do, shimmer paint makes everything better. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna kind of fan it out here. Okay, so now let's grab some of the interference yellow. Interference gold is really what it's called. And some of that. So putting some, oh yeah, there we go. That's the color. So beautiful, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Okay. Go a little bit darker. Oh, there we go. Okay, I tucked into some of that seriously dark green. I'm coming in and I'm just drawing back a few of the scales where I can see that they were, and the scale pattern's not going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, you get the gist of what's happening here. I'm going to add a little bit of blue up here just because I think it would be pretty. Wow, that's something. Okay, let's tuck into some of that interference blue so we can do some highlights with the blue. I'm gonna have to order some custom colored watercolors for this. Going to get into the pearl, which is going to be super, super bright. Oh, so pretty. Seriously, it's so pretty. It's probably too much down there. Well, there should be some of this down here, though. I really do feel like there should be, you know, like some of this right here should be fairly highlighted. Some of this up here by its face should be fairly highlighted. Some of this right here, this here. Possibly some of his mouth. That'll bring that forward. Let's try. Some of this highlighted here. It's so weird to paint with all of these colors, but I love it. So we're gonna have some streaks here that are, you know, seriously highlighted. And the rest of it, we're just gonna let it be all shimmer shimmers. Okay, so at this point, we're going to kind of dilute that a touch, see where we are. Come take a look, Chase.
I wanted to come in here to tell you that I'm gonna keep my keys in my back pocket so when I shake my butt.
I love it. Yeah, that's
You
good.
like that?
Yeah, that's real nice. That's real nice.
Thank you. I've been working very hard on my physique and my glutes.
Chase, do you even know
As
what
the
glutes
kids
are?
these days say.
What are you doing?
Huh?
Why are you getting into the fridge while I'm filming?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Business.
I'm hungry, but I'm too lazy to cook, and you're filming, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of noise, steal a banana and some peanut butter and leave.
I'm almost done with this. Do you want to check it?
Girl, that looks super nice. How do you do that?
Does it?
Huh?
Does it look good?
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
for real.
Would go in and outline some of those scales in the like gold, you know, like the fish and marinas got. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they just have, they're not really even outlined. They're just like flecks of gold randomly in their scales.
This be true. This be true. I did see one of them fishes wielding a knife one time too.
Did you know?